under starlight's beam. Heroes rise in this night they gleam. Pages turn and this fate intertwines. Saturday night, it rewinds. Spin tales, poking might in the city's electric light. It's hard, heroes fight, every moment feels so right. Welcome to that weekend thrill, where stories, fashion, dreams at will. In this world we take a fight, Saturday night special guide and night. Heroes unite, comics and anime, and brain and light. Journey through panels and vibrant screens. This colorful tapestry.
Welcome. It's Saturday night, which means it's time for Saturday Night Special, the 6th best show on Renovision. With comments such as, "For the love of God, let your friend stay where he's at," SNS, and that channel is a rest area toilet bowl, and you don't need any more stinking up the best comic YouTube show going. And this is an absolute terrible watch. Such douche chills. How about we check in with Jedi Johnson and see if he thinks the boys are ready to start the show?
I still think we're more prepared than SNS, even with the rush who did.
Well, shit, I hope you boys are ready to bring the mayhem, because an all-new episode of Saturday Night Special starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome. It is Saturday night. I think we got a great show for you tonight. Got, of course, our topic starters, anime, best and worst coverage of the week, Who Said It game, and, of course, as always, missed connections. We're a little light on the viewership this week because fucking Peter Renna, you scumbag, had to put out a video the same time we go live. So eventually they'll be transitioned over here whenever we'll be halfway through our show by the time that's done. Thanks, Pete.
Thanks, Pete.
Yeah, thanks, Pete. Peter. What's up, Sam? How's it going?
It's going pretty good, man. Okay, so last night my son had a birthday party to go to today, so we're at the mall looking for sports memorabilia for his friend as like a birthday present. But we stumbled across a store. It's called Going Gone by Dick's Sporting Goods. And it's basically all of the previous year's clearance items that didn't sell. And they were selling golf pants for $8.
Ooh, nice.
They were selling golf shirts for $8. I got a whole new wardrobe for $40.
Look at this guy.
I was like, dang, this is amazing. And then my wife, we got some shoes, some Nike, brand new Nikes for my son, but they forgot to take the anti-theft device off. And so she went back there and she said the store was packed. And people were just clearing the racks like crazy.
Diving in to get those discounted pants, huh?
The deals were smoking. It was like 75% off. Smoking deals. They have shoes and apparel and it's just like the regular stuff. They didn't have any like licensed apparel.
Mm-hmm.
It's all like just a non-licensed branded pants or shirts, just really basic stuff. But it was like smoking deals, and I was like, I can't walk away from these deals, man. Killer. So made off like a bandit last night. Turns out we got in just in time because those racks are going to be picked over by tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, sounds like you definitely got a hell of a deal there, huh?
Yeah. We didn't have any football games today because it rained out. And
Did it actually rain by you today? Because it didn't just start raining here until like 20 minutes ago.
It has been pouring rain. It has been pouring rain all day.
Ed, come on. You love it, Ed. You love it. What's up, Tyson?
Hey, thanks for coming back. You might be a masochist, but we're glad that we're your particular.
Ed, what other show puts your wife in the mood? Because you seem to get it a lot every Saturday night when we're on. So I think it's safe to say that Sam singing puts your wife in the mood, Ed. So you should be thanking him.
Certainly puts Ed in the mood.
What's
Ed
up, Tyson?
Get sprung. About to get.
Are you guys coming over from Dollar Bid Digging? It was so nice of Pete to put a show on the same time we're on.
Yeah, thanks,
Peter.
Peter Winner.
What's up, TK?
Hey, TK, there he is.
So I told you to remind me, but I thought I was gonna get killed on Tuesday night.
Tell us what happened.
Dude, so I go to the gym and I go later at night just because I help my wife with dinner and getting the kids to bed and stuff. And then I go to the gym. Sitting there at the end of my workout and I go in the sauna and there's like 7 dudes in there. And this guy is like, I don't know if he was drunk, high, tweaking out. So he asked me for my water. And I'm like, no, I don't know you. I'm not letting you drink out of my water. And he's like, no, I just want to pour it on my head. I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. And I just refilled it in the water fountain and it tastes like rust and shit anyway. So I was like, all right, here you go. You can have it.
Stuff out.
Yeah, go ahead. And then he goes in the middle of the sauna and he's like, I want to tell you boys something. He goes, I'm the second coming of Jesus.
And you're my disciples.
He proclaims himself the second coming of Jesus. And then he proceeds to just blow into this full-on sermon. Like he is literally giving a sermon in the sauna.
How long had you been in there?
Huh?
How long had you been in there?
5 minutes at this point. And so then as he's going, he's like, oh, so-and-so did this and did this up the hill and it came down the mountain. And I'm like looking around at everybody else and I've got my earbuds in and we're all like, this dude's nuts. And so 2 guys stand up and he like tries to hug them. And he's like, I see that you're forsaking me, my brothers, and you don't believe that I am the one true God. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he like hugs them and the dude's like, I'll pray for you tonight because obviously you need it more than I do. And so like he just starts rocking back and forth and he starts like air shadow boxing and then goes back into it. And by this time it's just me and one other dude. He's like, I want you to know that he sent me here for you. He's speaking to me. The Lord is speaking to me and he sent me here for you.
I thought he was like, the Lord.
What? I was like, he's like, God is speaking to me and he sent me here for you two. He said that you two wouldn't forsake me and you're a real one because you gave me water. And I love you for that. And then he hugs me. I'm like, why the fuck are you hugging me? Like, get off of me, dude.
Did you say that to him? What did you say to him?
I was like, no. I was like, don't hug me. I was like, I don't like to be touched. I was like, you're all sweaty and gross. I don't like to be touched. And he's like, it's okay, my son. He's like, he sent me here for you. I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. And I was like, took my earbuds off. Yeah. He's like, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. He's speaking to me. He told me to come here for you. And then he starts like weeping, like just crying. And he's got this backpack in the corner and he keeps looking down at the backpack.
Oh no.
And he's like, I'm sorry for what I have to do. I'm sorry for what I have to do. He's telling me to do this. He sent me here for you. I'm sorry for this.
Oh,
and at that point, I took my other earbud out and put him away because I was like, all right, something's going to happen. I need to be aware of what's going on. And then he like moves in front of the door. And he's like closer to the backpack. And he's like, he's telling me that I need to be here for you, that I'm here for you two. I'm sorry for what he's going to make me do. And he starts crying again. Well, at this point, like 4 other guys start to come in. So he's forced to move away from the door. And when he does, I was like, I got to go. I got to go home and get my kids in bed. And he's like, no, stay. I promise your kids will love you more after I do what I have to do.
He's fixing to kill you.
Yeah. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm out. And I didn't even change my clothes. I just grabbed my clothes on my locker and fucking left.
Did you tell anybody?
I was going to, but there was nobody there. Like the people, it's a 24-hour EOS Fitness, and there was like nobody around. I don't know where the worker was.
So
I waited for 5 minutes at the front desk to say something, and I couldn't. And then I left and I tried to call and on my way home, and nobody answered.
did you call 911?
No, I didn't go that far, but I was like, fuck, man. Like, it's just like everything inside of me started screaming, like, you need to get the fuck out of here. Because this dude ain't mentally right. And so I don't know. I don't think anything happened because I went back the next day and nobody said anything and nothing was closed off. So it was just really fucking weird the way the guy was just like, I'm sorry for what I have to do. Yeah.
It's going to kill you, man.
Yeah. God's talking to me. Oh, that's cool, man. You went from saying that you're the second coming of Christ to now God's talking to you.
I'm here for you
there.
specifically to waste you.
Yeah. So
Dang. Well, I'm glad you made it out of there, man. That's scary.
me too. I was like, yeah, he was gonna kill me. He's gonna kill somebody. But
Good night. That's crazy, bro. What a wild world we live in. Don't take drugs before you do the sauna.
or get drunk and then go to the gym and go to the sauna or whatever you're gonna do. But Tyson says it sounds like an opening scene from NYPD Blue.
Yeah, it does.
Did he keep saying 6'7"? And he kept making this hand motion. I wasn't sure what the fuck was going on. I didn't know if he wanted to like jiggle my balls or what. And he was just like
6'7". Your balls are 6'7" ounces.
I'm glad you all found your way in here from Pete somehow making our video unlisted and deciding to put out a dollar bin digging right now. He really just doesn't want us to be on taking down his channel.
Taking 2 weeks off.
We haven't taken 2 weeks off. We were here last week.
Yeah, but the 2 weeks before that we were off.
Well, I mean, I hope the boys at the qualify get the same punishment because they were gone last night. So
those rascals.
All right.
And Sticks late. Sticks is late tonight.
Yeah, Sticks is somewhere caught in the Matrix. Like, I guess he'll decide. He said his dinner wasn't ready yet or something, and it was lagging, which for Sticks is very believable. I just feel like he lives in a constant state of lag.
Sticks is attorney at life lag.
Yeah, the hills are alive with the sound of Kyle. But all right, Sam, what do you got for us this week as a topic? Oh, fuck. As a topic starter.
Well, I came across this account that I thought was pretty hilarious. There's a news anchor or a news personality named Carissa Codell. I think she's not a weather girl, but she does the news in a smaller market somewhere. And she's a little bit thick. And she does this bit on her Instagram where she reads off the comments that people leave in like a news reporter voice. And pretty good stuff. Some of them, like this one right here, Lazarus Jack says, thicker than a peanut butter milkshake. These are pretty good. These are pretty good lines. This one kind of threw me for a loop. You look like you could turn a wrench. I used to work for a mechanic, and he would call that type of woman a ranch hand. He said, "Oh, she looks like a ranch hand." Then we got her parents got to be beavers because she's built like a damn. Then she says, "Mamas, you're hotter than a spoon in a crack house on payday."
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And so I wanted to see what are some of the best kind of pickup lines or comments like this that you've ever heard. And they could be really folksy, whatever. But I used to work with this guy. And we had an intern that he thought was super hot, and he would always say, "Oh man, she's enough to make a bulldog eat its chain. She's enough to make a bulldog eat its chain."
Girl, are you retarded because you're special?
There was one where this guy had been arrested. He was the subject of a drug sting, and when he's in court, the prosecutor is reading evidence against him, like reading the indictment against him, and she's like, he had no problem hitting on our female undercover drug officer, and he said, "Girl, you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal." And the guy's like, "Hey,
Yeah,
hey, she is. She was thinking of a bowl of oatmeal."
she is pretty thick. Looking at her Instagram.
Yeah, I think she's pretty hot, even though she's
Sam out here messing with interns.
It wasn't me. I wasn't messing with interns. I don't mess with interns. Oh, here's a funny intern story though. I used to work with this gal, attorney, and we had an intern, and we were supposed to take this intern to court hearings so she could get some observation experience. And the girl who was taking her to the court hearing, this other attorney, she's like, she turns to the intern and she goes, "Do you like music?" And like, that's such an open-ended question, right? I mean, yeah, I like some music, but maybe
Did
not
you
all.
fall from heaven because you sound like you need to wear a helmet?
Did you fall for heaven because you look like you got dropped on your head? She's like, "Do you like music?" And it's like, "Yeah, I like music." So she's like, "Okay, cool." And she puts on some EDM, right? And then the lyrics come in, and the lyrics are, "My dick, my 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 dick." I was like, oh my gosh, she was swinging for the fences. Like, how many times is she going to strike out playing that song? But if she actually hits, right? If she hits somebody who's like, "This is my jam," like best friends, bosom buddies for life at that point. It's like, that's a 1 in a million gamble if you're going for that one. My dick, my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick, my dick. And it turned out it wasn't the intern's jam. Struck out. Yeah, gong.
Who the fuck hit a gong?
Is you?
Where'd the gong come from?
I don't know. You're the one with the sound mixer.
No, I'm not though. Like, you would see me reach over if I had to hit it because it's on the other side of me. I don't know where the fuck a gong just came from.
You're the sound table, man.
Girl, are you made of water? Because I need you 8 times a day in order to live.
Who said that one? Is that one you found?
Yeah.
Is that one she's reading off?
No. Hey, girl, you an oven? Because I want to stick my meat in you. I've got to be stixed.
You've been
Why?
stixed.
Why?
Oh, because Styx was the one gonging.
What? Where's the music coming from?
I have no idea.
It sounds like we're in like an Asian spa now.
Is this not your sound table?
No.
Is it? There's like, if you have the StreamYard, if you're in control of StreamYard, you can play some background music.
I wonder if it just
sounds like the background music.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. All of a sudden, background music just started playing. Finally, a happy ending.
There's someone messing with us in the background music.
Sam didn't tell her it was his song.
My dick, my dick, my dick, my dick.
Girl, you thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
Hey.
She doesn't look like she was impressed by the "you look like you can turn a wrench" comment.
No, she doesn't seem very impressed by a lot of these. I mean, most of them are pretty complimentary. Whenever they tell her she's thick, they spell it with 3 C's or 4 C's, which is usually a complimentary thing. I think she's cute. But that's
I
just
don't know. Have you really deep dove into her Instagram?
No, not really. I just see these. I think they're funny. You thicker than a peanut butter milkshake.
I just clicked on one of her profile pictures, and the first comment is, "Gentlemen, we meet again."
Gentlemen, pour yourself a glass and pull up.
Yeah, someone said single malt scotch is available at the bar. I'll take your coat.
Yeah, the gentleman chat. I like that. I like that trope.
Oh man. Pan down the camera so I can see her breast size.
I mean, it's probably a modest C. It's probably a modest C cup.
Someone said, "I'm obsessed with you." Interesting. All these people. So she's in this like almost pie crust colored dress, holding a pumpkin. So like everybody's just like spamming pumpkin pie. Yeah, like creaming on pumpkin pie. Interesting.
Well, yeah. So in the chat, give us your best pickup lines all night. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for picking up on the thickness. So if you got one for thickness, send it our way.
This guy says, "You have such a wonderful voice. Even if you gave me bad news, it would be soothing. Joe, you have testicular cancer. That's awful, but swoon." Where's she from? Is she from Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in the Northeast, Ohio or Pennsylvania.
She's definitely a thick girl.
Yeah.
All right, I need to stop looking at her pictures and focus on this.
Yeah.
I'm getting lost in it.
Get lost in all the cake.
Lost in the sauce. All right.
She's all caked up.
With that being said, hopefully Styx's dinner makes it to him sooner rather than later. But let's go ahead and get into some news, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, leading us off tonight, Lanterns HBO Max series officially delayed. Despite a recent report to the contrary, Lanterns has indeed hit the with the significant delays, though it hasn't been pushed quite as far into next year as previously rumored. Last month, it was reported that the Lanterns may not premiere until after Supergirl hits theaters, likely during the second half of 2026 at the earliest. This was contradicted by an official update from Warner Brothers. Sorry, I just kind of like burped and threw up in my mouth there a little bit.
Nasty.
Discovery, who said that the show would actually debut in early 2026, just a couple weeks ago. Now HBO's Casey Blois has confirmed that Lanterns is eyeing an end of summer 2026 debut. An exact premiere date hasn't been announced yet. I start to get worried that this show is getting pushed now with all the stuff that's coming out that hasn't quite been confirmed yet, and it's coming out on sites like Cosmic Book News and things like that aren't always the most reputable sites. But I really think that, I mean, if you ask Bruce will tell you, "Oh no, James Gunn isn't going anywhere." But it almost feels like, depending on who wins the bid, the official bid that's going on now for WB and DC, that we might see the end of whatever James Gunn's doing, and some of these projects might not even see the light of day. And I kind of wonder if that's why this show got pushed again, because they're going to wait to see what happens with this sale of Warner Brothers before they release it. Because there's a lot of talk that Man of Tomorrow might be the last project in this James Gunn's universe, when he supposedly had this 10-year plus roadmap for the new DC universe.
That's scary. That's really scary because that could spell the end of all the DC TV projects and movie projects.
We've even seen all of a sudden Zack Snyder just start posting photos, behind the scenes photos from Justice League. And there's a lot of people saying that if Paramount wins the bid, we could potentially see Zack Snyder's universe restored. And because he posted a picture of Gal Gadot, he posted a picture of Henry Cavill, and I believe there's even one of Ben Affleck posted. And there's a lot of speculation going on that we could see the return of the Cavillverse, and people are saying, oh, well, could it be a crisis type situation where we have like a Crisis on Infinite Earths type movie, and you see an incursion between James Gunn's DC and Zack Snyder's DC, and you see these characters return. Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, and Ben Affleck return as Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, facing off against James Gunn's Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. But
oh man, I feel like that would be a disaster.
Really, as far as the Trinity goes, we haven't even gotten off the ground in James Gunn's universe. All we've gotten is Superman. We don't have a Wonder Woman. We don't have a Batman. I don't know why he's dragging his feet with Batman, because, you know, Batman the Brave and the Bold was one of the, you know, first movies announced in his new universe. We're getting a second Matt Reeves Batman movie with Robert Pattinson before we even get anything Batman related announced in James Gunn's universe.
Well, that's the reason. That's the reason why it's being delayed, because it puts up a lot of kind of cross programming that could dilute their storytelling.
You could just pull Robert Pattinson into James Gunn's universe and use him going forward too, but they're not going to do that.
Yeah, I don't know
why. I don't know.
To do that.
But and you even had James Gunn kind of playing coy about his future in the DC if they get sold. And right now there's some big players in this potential buying of Warner Brothers.
Who else? You got Paramount.
Paramount is one. Netflix is another. Trying to see who else is.
Well, I'm personally rooting for Netflix
in a running. Well, Netflix even said that they're willing to break their no theatrical release for movies rule if they get the Warner Brothers stuff and and they're committed to still releasing DC movies in theaters.
That'd be good.
But let's see who else is in it. But everyone keeps. Okay, so Paramount, Comcast, and Netflix have all submitted bids to buy all or parts of Warner Brothers Discovery. Paramount is the only one interested in purchasing the entire company, which Comcast and Netflix are focusing on the studios and streaming assets. So Comcast is interested in acquiring the studio and streaming business HBO Max, which would combine its Universal and Warner Brothers studios. And Netflix is also bidding on the same thing, but they also want control over their movie libraries as well as their DC properties.
Yeah, let's make that happen. Come on, Netflix. Come on, Netflix.
And people are speculating now that Blue Beetle is making an appearance on Netflix, and James Gunn has made comments about Blue Beetle being on Netflix. They're thinking that means that the studio is leaning towards selling to Netflix, but I don't think that really means anything at all.
That doesn't really matter. They've had a lot of DC content on Netflix over the last year. It doesn't really matter.
So there's that old chestnut. That's an ongoing battle, and hopefully we'll see a outcome to that very soon.
I feel like James Gunn, we hardly knew you.
Right. You got Superman, and that's it.
That's basically Superman and Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, yeah, I did forget about Peacemaker. And then we're going to get Supergirl, but he didn't direct that. And then his next movie, Man of Tomorrow, but doesn't bode well that Lanterns got pushed. It just makes me feel like, are we pushing that to see what happens before we go through with any more projects or what? But
I guess his first project was the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Peacemaker.
But I think he was brought in after Suicide Squad to kind of run to be DC's Kevin Feige. So
yeah, but he did the Suicide Squad. That was his project.
Yeah. But all right. And other news that really thoroughly ruined my day when Sam broke it to me the other day. The new live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie is in the works. Fan of the giant anthropomorphic reptiles, martial arts, and all-around Italian food will soon rejoice. The Hollywood Reporter has reported in Hollywood that Paramount is in the process of finding a new producer to head up a live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles project. The producer, Neil H. Mortz, is the man behind Universal's Fast and the Furious franchise, and more recently, Paramount's own Sonic the Hedgehog is in talks to jump into the sewers for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. The most recent live-action, well mixed with CGI Turtles movie was 2016's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, which underperformed in box offices. Since then, the franchise has seen a renaissance of sorts as an animated film and series. Mutant Mayhem, spearheaded by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. Mort's ties to the Sonic series has me thinking a new live-action version will likely be lighter in tone than the competitive, darker Michael Bay product in 2010. This news does come with a bit of a disappointment as well. The decision from the Skydance-owned studio to do a full reboot effectively puts the kibosh on the animation of grown-up Turtle Comics' Last Ronin, or adaptation of grown-up Turtles comic The Last Ronin. The very dark story follows the last remaining member of the Turtles Brotherhood in a post-apocalyptic world as he seeks Shredder's grandson to seek vengeance for the death of the other three turtles. It's a super rad book, but also definitely not for kids. The movie would have been R-rated. Get your head out of the gutter for what, Playmaker? This breaks my heart.
Yeah, for sure. The Last Ronin project was really high on my list. And I think whatever the calculation was there, I think it was miscalculated. I think there's a big disconnect between what these Hollywood producers think is going to be a success and what is actually successful with the fans and with toy purchasers. So I don't get it. I don't get why this is what they're doing.
I understand you have to have your franchise evolve to stay relevant. And 2025 is a year where a lot of these 80s properties are more popular than ever. Talk about G.I. Joe, Transformers, Ninja Turtles, Masters of the Universe. Like, there's so many in whatever form or medium you want to, whether it's comic books, TV shows, cartoons, toys, video games, are still super popular. We're going to get a Last Ronin game. I'm all for a new Turtles movie, a live action Turtles movie in the same vein as Sonic. But I feel like the reason Sonic has been so successful and worked is because they listened to the fans when they released that initial trailer and they got all that backlash on Sonic's design.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You want to give me a new Turtles movie that's in that same vein? Awesome. I didn't mind Mutant Mayhem. It didn't feel like my Turtles. And each generation, every 10 years, you get a new Turtles. Like, I think for me and you, it's probably like the original 88, 90 movies. Then you got, the first CGI one later on. Then you got Mutant Mayhem and Michael Bay stuff. And now you got your generation has got the Mutant Mayhem stuff. But why can't both eat? Why can't you kind of pay respect to the older generation that got you where you are, because they're the fans of the franchise that started it, that kicked it off, and now they're the ones with the jobs that are buying the stuff, that with the money, that are going to go see all this. So where I can respect that you want to launch a new universe, why is it that both young and old can't eat? Why can't you release an R-rated movie? Like, look at Disney. They released an R-rated Deadpool movie. That should show you that R-rated stuff will work, and go with Last Ronin as well. And I understand where they're like, well, we haven't had a live action Turtles movie in 10 years. Do we really want to start and reboot a new franchise with a darker toned R-rated Turtles, why not? Why not do both? Why can't you let the older generation that grew up on Turtles eat, that really wants a Last Ronin that's more like that Mirage, Eastman Laird story than the kiddie Nickelodeon aspect of everything?
Yeah.
Like Last Ronin is a good story. I feel like they're grossly underestimating their fan base and the fan base of the Turtles and the amount of people that would go out and see that movie.
For sure. You know, there's a few movies where they have gambled on the fan base and won, like Deadpool, the anime movies that have come out have been kind of gambles that have won. I feel like the original Turtles movies were a gamble that paid off. And it's when they put it in the hands of kind of like a Hollywood producer like Michael Bay, who's like, oh, we're gonna change the way that the Turtles story is told. You know, if you recall, he was talking about the Turtles being aliens,
Mm-hmm.
and they were gonna make that guy from Prison Break. They were gonna make him the Shredder, and they were gonna do all these really weird choices with the Turtle story. And fans were like, what are you doing? Why would you do that?
Because it's Michael Bay.
And so I think that's why they underperformed, because it's like he did not understand what the draw was for the fans to go see those movies. And, you know, the most memorable scene out of either of his Turtles movie was the elevator beatboxing scene. Everything else about it was pretty lackluster, pretty forgettable. Although I did enjoy the like snowboarding scene, but I don't know where that was supposed to have happened. I don't know that there's any mountains like that near New York City.
Ed says, I'd get off my chair to see the movie. I'll make sure to do it on a Saturday night so I can miss Sam singing.
Hey, fair. That's fair. Support your local Turtles. But yeah, it just seems like if they put this in the hands of somebody who doesn't really understand the appeal of the property, it's gonna be lackluster here too. And then we end up getting our hopes dashed upon the rocks of box office C. But you know, hopefully Neil Moritz knows what he's doing. So fingers crossed.
No, Playmaker, the game hasn't been canceled yet, but we haven't really gotten any updates besides the one teaser trailer. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if in the coming months or years we don't hear about it being canceled. But I know the studio that's supposedly making it has been hit with a bunch of layoffs and a lot of production problems. So who knows what's going to happen on that front. But like, you look at the comic books, there's you have crossovers galore. You're doing one right now with Godzilla, Power Rangers, Batman, you know, Naruto. Like, the Turtles are everywhere right now.
Yeah, they're like the cranberry of comic books.
And you're wondering why Paramount is canceling Mutant Mayhem or Tales from, you know, their new animated series after 2 seasons, because really nobody's watching it. Like, the kids aspect of it aren't really watching it. It's the older generation that was into this. Like,
well, but they also parked it on Paramount Plus of all
that's
places.
true too. But I mean, the Michael Bay ones weren't great, but at least Out of the Shadows gave us some original characters that we all love, like Bebop and Rocksteady and Krang. And yeah, Stephen Amell as Casey Jones probably wasn't the best choice, even though he didn't do a terrible job. But I don't think you're ever going to be able to, I can't think of the actor's name, but
Elias Koteas.
Yes, you're not going to ever top him as Casey Jones, I don't think. Megan Fox is April O'Neil. Well, that's just I feel like Megan Fox and what's his face? Michael Bay are just like hand in hand now. They're just like handcuffed. They go hand in hand because she was in all of his Transformers movies, and then Turtles as April O'Neil.
Yeah.
So, whereas I'm excited to see what they do, and for me, like I was looking forward to Last Ronin because I was hoping it was going to be in the same vein as the 90s movie where you're going to kind of maybe get the Jim Henson-esque dude in a suit versus CGI. And I think that would have been really, really cool. But of course, you're probably going to get CGI with the Turtles. It's going to feel very much like Sonic, where you're going to have the human aspect with April O'Neil in there with the CGI, completely CGI Turtles. But I do like the idea that Megan Fox is self-aware now.
She's self-aware.
I don't know. I mean, you're expanded on this Last Ronin universe to the point where you gave us 4 new turtles to work with. You gave us April and Casey Jones's daughter. So you've already launched this whole new universe. I just don't see why Paramount can't do both and make $1 billion, kill 2 birds with one stone. I think it's really because they're afraid that they won't be able to launch this new franchise because they know a Last Ronin movie would probably drastically outsell a new rebooted franchise. So as heartbroken as I am not to see the Last Ronin, and they say, oh, well, it's getting put on the back burner. It pretty much means it's canceled. They aren't going to ever. They'll go to that route if they absolutely bomb with this new reboot. Yes, the books were always late, and it did get really frustrating, but they were always worth the wait. They were so good. So here's hoping that whoever calls a shot at Paramount pulls their heads out of their asses and they decide to fast track a Last Ronin movie. But I don't know. I'll keep the faith that the new franchise in the same lightheartedness of Sonic the Hedgehog will be good, because I feel like the Sonic movies are pretty damn good. So
they are good. They have been really good.
So we'll see.
I mean, the Jim Carrey dance scene in the Sonic 3 movie was pretty spectacular.
Yes, it is. With him and his grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah. But made me sad. Superman, a copy of Superman, and this is like a story that you always hear about, but never happens to you specifically. A copy of Superman sold for $9 million. This has been a great year for the Red Cape and the S. Superman is the highest grossing superhero film of the year, was beloved by critics and fans alike, and already has an anticipated sequel in the works. Oh shit, Styx found himself out of the metaverse. This love for the last son of Krypton may have helped bolster a recent auction for a piece of history. As reportedly by the Hollywood Reporter, a copy of 1939 Superman #1 in incredibly good condition fetched a staggering $9.1 million. That's not even the character's first appearance. Superman famously first appeared in Action Comics #1 from 1938, a copy of which sold only last year for $6 million. Why a single copy of a particular old comic fetched such a high, hefty sum, over $3 million more than last year's record-setting purchase? Well, one reason might be the incredible shape the comic is in. It's nearly 90 years old, but the certified grading company, CGC, the leading third-party grading service for comic books, graded it at a 9.0 out of a 10.
Styx is here. He's only 46 or 7 minutes late.
It was it also might have something to do with where the book came from. 3 brothers found it in their mother's attic in a box of old newspaper clippings. According to the Hollywood Reporter, their mother bought the comic along with several others when she was 9 and living in the Depression-era San Francisco. Over the years, the mother occasionally insisted to her sons that she had a rare comic somewhere, but she could never remember where. The boys assumed it was just a family legend. The mother died just before the pandemic, and the house sat untouched until the brothers were ready to go through it earlier this year. Could you imagine going through your grandparents' attic and finding a copy of Superman 1? Like, that's like the stories you hear about back in the Northwest where I'm from, like dudes building houses and construction sites and sitting there and reading the book and then just stuffing it in the wall when they were done with it for insulation.
Yep.
So when you go to rip down the wall and you open it and there's comic books in the wall because they read it and just didn't think it would ever be worth anything, stuck it in the wall for insulation and went about their day. Insane that now these dudes are millionaires because their mom misplaced Superman 1. And the fact that she took such good care of it at 9 years old during the Depression. Crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Made it past all the paper drives that they used to do during the war, and lucky.
Ed said, "I ask all the old men at church if they have comics from their childhood."
That's a good approach.
Mm-hmm.
It's that time of year. Six must have thought the show started at 9. Yep.
We did tell him 8 o'clock.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, but that dinner.
Waiting for my dinner to come.
What'd you have for dinner, Sticks? Was it worth the wait?
It was it was like these fried mozzarella sticks things.
Your dad says he's burned so many of them. Jeez.
That seems like an error. Error in judgment.
I'd commit
And some
seppuku.
people don't see value in things like others do.
I said, no luck yet, but good conversation about their youth and baseball cards.
Yeah. Put them in the
Tyson
spokes.
says, I wish I had grandparents like that. I couldn't trust them with anything of mine because it would end up in the garbage.
Yeah.
When your dad was a kid,
There,
you used
kid.
to read them and burn them. Damn.
Yikes.
That sounds about right.
Cardi. My dad burned a gallon bag of magic cards someone gave me. Old ones.
Ooh, dang, that sucks, man.
Did you have a Black Lotus in there? Cyberman sticks. Yeah, pretty much. All right. Moving on. Stephanie Phillips, Grimm's graphic novels head to Netflix from the creators of Wednesday. Netflix is developing an adult animated adaptation for Grimm, the hit Boom Studios comic from Stephanie Phillips. The project comes from Al Goring and Miles Millar, a creator and executive producer behind Netflix's most watched English language series Wednesday. Deadline reports that Goring and Millar will executive produce the series alongside Jennifer Yoon Nelson, who serves as supervising director on Netflix's Emmy Award-winning Love, Death, and Robots. Netflix declined to comment, but the project is in active development. The series marks another high-profile adaptation for Boom Studios and comes as Phillips prepares to launch her new Daredevil run in March of 2026, which we talked about last week. So that's why I thought I threw it in there because, although I'm not really familiar with her stuff, I have some Grimm stuff. It's a good book. We'll see if it actually comes out from Netflix.
So, Matt, I'm looking at Al guff, though. Like, there's lots of ways you could go with that, right? You could go rhymes with dough, rhymes with tough, rhymes with cough, rhymes with through. You know, there's a million ways you could go with it. There's no wrong way to pronounce that last name.
Okay. Well, sweet. Speaking of Netflix, Sam, did you watch the most recent season of the Squid Games?
Yes.
The challenge?
Oh, the challenge. I haven't watched the challenge yet. I usually wait to watch that with my kids when they're ready to do it. I have my older kids all really like the challenge. Did they put all the episodes up already?
Yeah, they just had the finale.
Okay.
Such a disappointment.
Really?
Yeah.
Your favorite contestant didn't win?
It's not that. It's how the person that won.
Were they devious and twisted?
No, they were pretty much handed everything.
Oh, that's a bummer.
They were kept in the game because they were just pretty much handed everything.
Ugh.
They got to the final four and one dude self-eliminated because he didn't want to eliminate anyone else. The girl got to keep playing because her twin brother, who was also in it, decided to just give up his spot for her.
Oh, so she was the pregnant girl from season 2 and 3.
Yeah, pretty much. And then at the end, I won't spoil the end for you, but yeah, at the end, the last person she was playing against pretty much just gave up to. So it's just like super disappointing. But they are casting for the 3rd season of the challenge now. As I say, you should look into it and try out for it since you are a Ninja Warrior.
Okay, well, maybe. I'm not very photogenic.
$4 million, Sam.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not very photogenic. It's a problem.
Who cares?
The casting directors care.
Nah, if you've seen some of the people in that show, I think if you go on there and you're like, listen, I'm on the 5th best show on the Runivision on the internet on Saturday nights.
Don't you know who I am?
I'm a lawyer.
I'm the anime man.
Yes, I'm really a lawyer. Most people don't think I am. And I've kicked a dude on the nuts on national television before Ninja Warrior.
Ed says Sam has a face for radio, but I also have a voice for the written word.
One of the contestants is from Scottsdale.
Oh, really?
He came in for second place in the World Series of Poker. So he's already a millionaire.
Yeah.
And he's a huge real estate guy in Scottsdale.
What's his name?
I'd have to look it up.
Definitely don't have a voice for singing. Thanks, Ed.
Huh?
It's like you definitely don't have a voice for singing. Appreciate it.
Let's see.
Leave it to Ed.
Thanks, Tyson. I am working on it. I'm working up to the One Punch Man workout, so I can do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10K every day. I'm hoping I get some big old boobies in the process.
You want big boobies?
Big old man boobies.
Why'd you have
Exactly what
big old
Texan says.
boobies?
Maybe. Thanks, Playmaker. It's okay. I'll be fine. I like that, Ed. Ed says, you should tell them about your 7 kids. They'll know you'll never pull out.
Yeah. There you go.
Damn.
I'm responsible for the most watched moment on Renovision.
His name was Stephen Jones Jr.
Okay, well, I don't know who that is.
And he's from
Jones Jr.
Scottsdale, Arizona.
Jones.
That's like such a generic name. The most generic name in Scottsdale, Stephen Jones Jr.
But
are you the writer for It's Pat? I think you had the wrong number.
if you don't know me, I'm the guy who interviewed Steve Englehart. There you go.
Thanks to me, everyone calls Steve Englehart the Gimp.
Yep. Apparently, he was at a Great Lakes Comic-Con last weekend, and Marco said that he wasn't at his table very much. I was like, that's probably because he got tired of people walking up to him and being like, hey, aren't you the Gimp from Pulp Fiction? Hey, didn't you write Boy Meets World?
Oh, he must have the wrong number.
Aren't you from Indiana? You wrote some Batman. That's cool.
He did actually write Batman.
I know he did. But that's it for news. Now we hand it over to Sam, for big news in anime, watch your ears. We were supposed to have the real Gimp, weren't we?
Yeah, we were supposed to. He was. That's why I got him confused, because we were lined up to interview Steve Hibbert, the real Gimp. All right, let's hit our first story. So this week we got a look at the first shots of the live action Legend of Zelda movie. The photos on the left were released by the studio as kind of promotion stills showing Bo Bragison, which is the gal who's playing Zelda, and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, who's playing Link. And I gotta say, I think they nailed Link. He looks just like the Twilight Princess.
Yeah, he looks so good.
He looks spot on. The hairstyle they have for Zelda is straight out of Breath of the Wild. That's exactly how they do
Her
it.
outfit is too.
Yeah, it looks just like Breath of the Wild. I don't have any idea what the story is going to be. I feel like if they were going to adapt any of the mainline games, it would be Ocarina of Time. But I don't know that. I have no idea. It could be original. They also, on the left, you can see the photos that were taken by kind of, people who were there during filming. And you see a scene of interaction with some horses and the actress who's playing Impa. She's dressed as the Sheikah mentor of Zelda, Impa. And I gotta say, I think they nailed the looks of the characters. I think it looks pretty good. And so this makes me pretty excited about this movie. I feel like they did really well with the Super Mario movie.
Was it?
And
Yeah.
if they have the same kind of dedication to the games, the Zelda games,
Yeah.
there's a lot of promise that they're showing there. Did you see this
in
this
the
week?
game? Wasn't Sheik Zelda?
Okay, so Sheik is Zelda in Ocarina of Time. I'm not saying Sheik. I'm saying Sheikah. Sheikah is a race in the game.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That
okay.
That kind of are the ninja guardians of the Hylians, and they serve the Hylian crown essentially. So Sheikah is a race. Sheik is Zelda in disguise.
Okay. Got it.
I'm stoked. I'm 100%
Looks
on
good.
board for this. I think it's going to be amazing. I love the way that Bo Burnham looks as Zelda, and the dude who's
Bo
playing Burnham,
Bo Bragison.
Bragison. That's what it was, Bragison. As Zelda, Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, however you want to say it, looks killer as Link. I think they're gonna do Breath of the Wild though, just because it's most recent. It was super popular. Breath of the Wild 2 was super popular. I think they're gonna do an adaptation of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, can you imagine one of the robots like crawling across that landscape in the back?
That'd be sweet.
Suddenly they get the laser sight on their heads, and the piano starts.
Well, I mean, it would be cool to just see him like automatically build a bunch of stuff when he's under attack and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Guardians. That's what they're called.
Yeah,
I feel like they would probably shy away from the high tech stuff though. There's a lot of like high tech pieces that have to be done, and I feel like if you did Ocarina of Time, it would be more like swords and sorcery than kind of that mix of swords and sorcery and high tech sci-fi stuff.
All I know is that if he doesn't walk into a shop and just start breaking a bunch of clay pots, I'm gonna throw my arms up in the middle of the theater and say, "Fuck this," and walk out.
Well, Well, the thing I'm looking for is, well, excuse me, princess. That's the piece I want. I want him to say, excuse me, princess, in some fashion, just as a throw out to the old cartoon that they used to run.
We got to get some hit ha ha in it too.
Yeah.
Ah! And Link can't talk, and he just has to grunt. Yes, Cardi, and a chicken.
He's got to get the Kuko assault. Yeah, he checks a chicken at a bad guy, and then all the chickens attack.
Man, that makes me want to go back.
I'm really excited about this.
Makes me want to go back and replay Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, for sure.
I just recently refound my Breath of the Wild.
Did you guys play Tears of the Kingdom?
Yes.
Which one do you like better, Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom?
I've not played that yet.
I like them both equally. I don't know if I favor one over the other.
Yeah. I love Breath of the Wild. I feel like that whole world is so immersive. And then Tears of the Kingdom built on it in such interesting ways. There are some people out there who actually hate Tears of the Kingdom. Like they hate that game. And I just don't get it. I don't get why they hate it.
Yeah, I don't know if you liked Breath of the Wild, I don't know how you could hate Tears of the Kingdom.
Did you ever battle the final boss, Ganondorf?
Oh yeah, I've beaten both games.
Okay. Do you remember the moment after you beat him at phase 1 and then the health bar reloads?
Regens, yeah, and you're like,
and it goes all the way off the screen.
Yeah.
And you're like, ah!
Yeah.
That was my favorite moment from Tears of the Kingdom. That's the best moment in that whole game. I love that. Like usually the health bar will refill and then it stops where it was originally. But if you haven't played it, when you beat phase 1, the health bar just goes all the way off the screen. And it's like, oh my gosh, what am I in for? And it's actually a really good battle too, because it's like a lot of times in these Zelda games, the final battle doesn't require you to have known any of the other skills that you acquire during the rest of the game. Like that's how Breath of the Wild was. The skills that you acquire, you didn't necessarily need them to finish the final battle. But in Tears of the Kingdom, it's basically a replay of all the other skills that you acquire, and so, but you have to do them really well. And then your skills also get used against you. It's kind of like a Sherlock Holmes, Moriarty battle of wits. It's really cool. So I really like both those games, but I love them. I feel like they would have a hard time doing the really sci-fi, high-tech pieces of those games right away. I think it would take time to kind of develop.
I mean, you could still do Breath of the Wild without all the quick building stuff and, just the story. Just adapt the story, but I don't know. If pretty much any Legend of Zelda game, I'd be all right with that. They took that. It'd be cool. They took elements from each one of them. So
yeah, I think A Link to the Past, A Link to the Past would be good. Ocarina of Time would be good. Any one of those would work. Anyway, let's go to the next slide. So One Punch Man hit an all-new low, not just for the series, but for anime in general. It now holds the title of the worst reviewed episode of anime of all time. With as of today, with over 13,000 reviews, episode 6 of season 3, Motley Heroes, has a 1.5 out of 10 stars on IMDb. That's the worst rated anime episode of all time.
And all 13,000 of them were Ed.
Yeah, well, maybe. I doubt it. I saw a lot of people. I watched the episode, and I will tell you, it was horrible. It was very bad. I think a lot of people are just kind of like, a lot of this is like dogpiling, right? They're just piling on at this point, but it was very bad. The character designs have already been done by Yusuke Murata. Yusuke Murata, the artist who does the manga series. they're very well done. And all they had to do was just model the series that's already been drawn. But somehow they screwed that up. Genos looks terrible in this episode. He looks so dumb. And then there's a scene where the S-Class heroes are sitting around the Hero Association boardroom, and Atomic Samurai's, like, his hair is cut off like an inch from the top of the screen. Like, they didn't realize how low or how close to the top of the screen he was going to be. And his PNG or whatever asset they use, the photo asset they use for him, is cut off at the top. It's like, are you serious? How lazy of animators can you be? Do you not have any sense of pride in this? Maybe you're not getting paid very much, but don't you have some pride? Like, don't you want to get another job in this industry? It's really bad. And this may affect the production plans of the live action One Punch Man that Sony is doing. I hope not, but it is not doing very well because the animation is so poor quality. So hopefully it picks up the last half of the season, but I don't have high hopes for it.
They definitely like their screen pans and hyper zooms over still images.
Yeah.
And that stuff.
Yeah, somebody went through and counted all of the actual frames that they used. So they counted any scene where it was just panning over a still image. They counted all the scenes where it was only a mouth moving. They counted all the scenes where there was actual action, and they counted all the scenes where they reused frames. And they said that in a season 1 episode, they had something like close to 3,000 frames in a typical season 1 episode. In season 2, they're using about a tenth of the frame, so it's about 300 to 350 frames in an episode, which is tragic. I mean, you think about how many frames a second you usually get, and it's 30 frames a second in television animation generally. And in these episodes, or an anime episode, you usually have to produce at least 15 minutes of new content each episode. They run 24 minutes, but a lot of that is like recaps from the last episode, the opening sequence, the closing credit sequence, and so that drops the actual new content to somewhere between 15 and 17 minutes per episode. There's also time for the commercial break. So out of a 23 or 24 minute episode, you're only really getting 15, 17, 19 minutes of new content. And they're using 300 frames to cover 19 minutes, 17 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is. That's criminal. Like, that's so lazy. That's a slideshow. That's a slideshow presentation.
That's essentially what the show is, because I've seen the shots of the main bad guy just sliding down the hill. He's not even walking down the hill; he just slides down the hill.
Well, yeah, but in the manga, he does slide down the hill, but you can animate him sliding through the grass, right? Yeah. He leaves a trail behind. Maybe there's like a dust cloud or something that comes up. They just drag his PNG image over the grass real slow. That's all they do. There's a similar scene that happens in season 1 where a My Mask slides down, and they animated it really well. It doesn't look like a PNG being dragged across the screen. So they're definitely phoning it in. I'm not sure what their time frame was. It seems like, hey, you've had 6 years to put this thing together. You ought to be able to do this right. Whatever the budget is, over 6 years, you should be able to animate this without any problem. But it just freaking sucks. So, it's on the other hand, it's like a train wreck. People kind of hate watch it, and it's getting a lot of attention because of the hate watch, but doesn't look good for the future of of One Punch Man unless they can get a decent animation studio. JC Studios just isn't it, man. They freaking suck. All right, let's go.
Hey, I mean, just give it to the like I said, give it to the hentai company and let them go with it.
Well, that's where this director came from. He came from hentai, and he's not it, man. I don't know. Maybe the hentai animation is a lot easier. Okay, this freaking cracked me up.
What the
This
hell?
is someone's attempt, Big Black Banana Man's attempt at drawing Freeren looking up. This kind of captured the attention of the internet this week. So Freeren is a character in a very popular manga and anime called Freeren Beyond Journey's End. And so this guy says, "How do you guys able to draw at different angles?" And he's trying to draw, Freeren looking up. If you'll click on the enlarged image, we can get a video clip. Here's some other people kind of showing how it's done. They just can't get the nose right. In this case, it's the jaw. The jaw just didn't work out right. But here's some people showing you how it's done. That one looks really, really good. That one also looks great. These all look great. The voice actress who does Freeren.
I like the Peter Griffin take there.
The Peter Griffin, yeah. There's Willem Dafoe.
Oh, that one's incredible.
There's some good takes here.
Yeah, there are.
But the voice actress for Freeren, the English voice actress for Freeren, ended up using the original image as her social media avatar.
She did?
Yeah, she did.
That's awesome.
And the anime's official account also made it their profile pic.
That's awesome.
So I thought it was pretty fun. Even your failures of art can be successes in their own way if they're done with heart and authenticity.
Good job, Big Black Banana Man.
Good job, Big Black Banana Man. All right, and then we have some more character reveals from the One Piece live action. From left to right, you have Mr. 9. In the middle is Wapol, who's going to be the big bad of the season, the end of season 2, and then Mr. 5 on the right there. These are all important characters coming up in season 2, and what this generally shows is that they're going for a really faithful take from the anime. So,
Mr. 5 looks like LeVar Burton.
He does kind of look like LeVar Burton. His power is that he can make things explode, and he uses his boogers mostly as the explosive.
Oh, nice.
So
you're gonna just have a little fucking kid flicking boogers everywhere.
Flicking boogers and they explode. So,
Ed says important, really?
Ed, I get that it's not your flavor, but it's really cool to me.
Ed, I'm surprised you don't like anime because it looks like you and Sam could be brothers.
All white guys look alike. All right, then let's see. Last up, we have the conclusion of the God Valley incident in One Piece this week. This chapter is coming out tomorrow, so if you guys want to check it out, this has been probably the biggest event in One Piece since Marineford, which took place probably 15 years ago. This is such an awesome story. I hope you guys all check it out and get caught up with it. But the God Valley incident introduced us to Rox Dizabek, who meets his demise here in this chapter, and then we also got to see the fates of Garp, Monkey D. Garp, and Goldie Roger, who after this incident become basically the leading pirate and the leading marine in the world of One Piece for the next 40 years, essentially. We also see how Shanks is the baby there on the far right, how Shanks became part of the Roger Pirates crew. He was basically found as a baby in one of the treasure chests that they took from God Valley and ends up part of the crew as a result because he was just a baby at the time. So this has been a fantastic series, fantastic flashback story arc from the series. Sad to see it end, but I am excited to see how it relates to the story going forward. And you should check it out. It's going to be in tomorrow's Shonen Jump, on the Shonen Jump app, on the Manga Plus app, and you can always catch up on those chapters through the Shonen Jump app or wherever you read your manga. All right, that'll bring us to High Fidelity. I did get an update from Fidel this week. He called me this morning at about 1 o'clock in the morning to tell me that he finally got to San Diego. I was like, why are you calling me so late, man? He had called me while I was sleeping, and I got up to go to the bathroom. And he called me while I was taking a poop, and he's like, hey, I just want to let you know I made it to San Diego. I was like, hey, that's great, man. I'm so glad you're there. He hasn't been stationed on a ship yet, but he will be soon. But yeah, Fidel's still growing, still moving forward in his Navy career, and we still wish him all the best. So
It's probably because he looks like you, like a father figure, like a mentor.
well, I don't know if that's true, but it is good to know that he's still moving forward, and he's having a good time, and he's finally in some warm weather in San Diego, and he said he's learning how to clean every weapon that they have, from handguns all the way up to 50 cal, and how to manage those weapons for the ship and for the sailors.
For the real men who are going to fire him.
Yeah, they're not going to let him do it. They're not going to let him do it. But
Did he say weapon or?
Yeah, he did. He said ordnance, or
Because in the military, a weapon is something entirely different.
he did not use the word weapon. I'm using the word weapon because I can't remember the word that he used.
Okay.
But he didn't say firearm. He didn't say ordnance. He said something else, and I just can't remember what he said. It's like implement or tool or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, and then just to let you guys know, he didn't
tell you about his lover anymore. Like,
I think that fizzled out a few weeks back. I don't think she stuck around. He stopped posting about her.
She met the same demise as his previous one, huh?
Well, no, she was real. I just think she lost interest in him. And he stopped talking about it because he wasn't going to be in Chicago for very long.
Poor Fidel.
All right, so just an announcement. It looks like Triple D is going to be headed to Italy again next summer. They finally moved they did the first tournament that we went to in June of 2023. And then in 2024, they did it in December. And I was like, I can't go in December, dude. Like, that's Christmas time. And then last year or this year, they did it in October. And I was like, I just can't go in October, man. Like, why are you doing it at times I can't go? So they moved it to July. And I was like, okay, I can actually go in July. Let's try and get another team together and get out to Italy. So putting together another team. I still have a few spots open. I've got basically 4 people who've committed to do it. Well, maybe 5. We'll see if I can get my son to go too. So I still have a few spots open. If any of you guys in the chat want to try your hand at dodgeball in Italy, let me know. I'll make sure you know the rules and that you can get plenty of practice in before we go next summer. But yeah, if you are interested or you know someone who is, reach out to me at Triple D Dodgeball, and we'll see if we can get them on the team.
Man, I might want to do that.
Exactly.
They've announced 9 teams so far, 4 from Italy and then 5 from other places. Pictured here are 2 Italian players and 1 Spanish player. The Spanish player is in the red and the yellow. And it looks like it's going to be a good mix of people, and hopefully they don't have the cancellations like they did the first year we were involved. So it's going to be a good time. All right, that'll take us to Mega Character Matchup. I'll throw it back to you, Matt.
Yeah, Mega Character Matchup this week. If y'all remember from last week, we have the Shocker versus Miracle Man. Sam, why don't you go ahead and tell the people a little bit about the Shocker's abilities here?
Yeah, you bet. He's got a 70 out of 100 for intelligence. He's a self-taught engineer, built his Vibro Smash gauntlets in prison with a box of scraps. He has 55 out of 100 for strength. He's peak human strength, enhanced slightly by his suit, and he can lift roughly 800 pounds. His speed is 45 out of 100. He's got human level reflexes. Gauntlets give him concussive propulsion bursts, so he can kind of launch himself forward a little bit. And then, Tyson, to answer your question, of course, I'll have Hartman do cards for the new team. They're collector's editions. Every Triple D team that competes in Italy is going to have their own cards for sure. I sent the whole set to Tyson the last time we had them done. But now that we know the process, it'll be a lot more smooth. It won't take as long. And then durability, he's got 65 out of 100 for durability. He's got a quilted suit that absorbs vibration and impact, resistant to blunt force trauma. He's got 80 out of 100 energy projection with his Vibro Smash gauntlets that fire concussive blasts strong enough to shatter concrete. He also has a 50 out of 100 for combat skill. He's a street-level fighter, relies on gadgets more than martial arts, and his stamina is only a measly 60 out of 100. He can fight for extended periods, but not at superhuman endurance levels. Miracle Man continues to be kind of the god of the Marvel Universe. He's got 85 out of 100 intelligence, 100 out of 100 strength, 95 out of 100 speed, 100 out of 100 durability, 95 out of 100 energy projection, 70 out of 100 combat skill, 100 out of 100 stamina. You can fly and use telepathy and telekinesis.
Ooh.
All right, let's take a look at the scenario tonight. So the scenario is called Shockwaves in the Sky. The fight begins in downtown New York. Shocker is mid-heist, blasting apart armored cars with his Vibro Smash gauntlets. Suddenly, Miracle Man descends from the sky, glowing with cosmic energy, determined to stop the destruction. In round one, Shocker unleashes a barrage of concussive shockwaves, tearing up the street and sending cars flying. Miracle Man stands unfazed, his near invulnerability absorbing the blast. He calmly advances, each step cracking the pavement. In round two, Shocker tries to use his tactics, ricocheting shockwaves off buildings to catch Miracle Man off guard. Miracle Man counters with a burst of quantum energy, vaporizing the shockwaves mid-air. He then lifts a bus with one hand and hurls it aside to clear civilians. Shocker realizes gauntlets, while devastating against street-level heroes, barely scratch Miracle Man's cosmic durability. In desperation, in our final round, Shocker overloads his gauntlets, creating a massive shockwave meant to level the block. Miracle Man simply raises his hand, bending reality itself. The shockwave dissipates into harmless light. With a single strike, Miracle Man knocks Shocker unconscious, ending the fight instantly. The verdict, Miracle Man wins easily. Shocker's dangerous against Spider-Man or other street-level heroes, but Miracle Man operates on a god-tier scale. Invulnerable, reality warping, and capable of cosmic-level destruction. Shocker's tech simply cannot pierce Miracle Man's defensive, making this a one-sided battle.
Miracle Man wins again. Find out who our next opponent is.
He can't be stopped.
He's invincible.
Unless it's like Buddha. The Buddha.
Arrow.
Arrowed.
Is that green arrow? Is that red arrow? Just arrow. I'm assuming it's green arrow.
It's rigged. Miracle Man's juiced. Yeah, he's on roids for sure.
All right, we'll have to tune in next week to find out who wins in a battle.
And who even Arrow is.
Yeah. All right, that brings us to best and worst covers of the week. And leading us I guess we should do the intro thing, huh? Let's do the intro for best and worst covers of the week. All right, leading the charge here at our worst covers of the week. Starting us off, we have this Hayden Sherman Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman number 14. I don't know what is up with the just like super zoomed in chest shots lately in books, but this is just ridiculous. I'm not paying. I know I'm paying $4.99 for the interiors, but the covers are just as important as the interiors. And the fact that you're giving us a book at a $4.99 cover price where your cover art is the first thing you see, and it's just a super close up of the Wonder Woman symbol on the Wonder Woman's chest is a little ridiculous.
She, the way it's drawn on here makes her look like really short or stout.
Yeah. Looks like she's trying to push out her shit in the woods.
Yeah, or like she got buried alive and she's trying to dig her way out.
I just don't. Not a big fan of that super zoomed in chest shot right there, unless like it was bare chest. Then I'd be all right with it. But since it's just a Wonder Woman, Pennywise is on the wheel. Okay. Yes, Playmaker.
Tyson and I were kind of talking about shots like that where all the breastfeeding reels have been taken off Instagram, and now you just get girls flashing like real subtly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what this is, only without the flashing.
Or you get the like chick, what's her name, like Olive Garden or something like that, where she like, shows you all these things she buys off Facebook Marketplace, and then it just gives a quick shot of her titty, and then
it's a real quick peek.
Yeah.
It's the context. Context is what makes it naughty.
Up next, we have a Daniel Warren Johnson cover B for DCKO issue 2.
Yeah, this is like our mega character mashup. Definitely Joker's not winning this one.
Yeah, against Timu Wonder Woman over here. Like, just
it's kind of anime-ish.
She's getting kickboxed.
Awful.
Right, she's giving her the high knee.
How good are you at pausing the videos at just the right spot, Tyson?
Tyson's really good at it. But you don't have to be that good. You can sequence the videos and then find the spot you want.
It sucks because Daniel Warren Johnson had a really good cover last week on Rob Liefeld's Youngbloods of all things. But
this is not what manga looks like.
This is not, not a great cover. It's an art, Ed. Up next, we have this cover E, Simon Bacchini variant on DCKO number 2.
Yeah.
Just yikes. Like, why does Wonder Woman look like a cat?
I mean, of the 3 Wonder Woman covers we've seen so far, this is definitely the best.
Superman.
Yeah, her face is definitely feline.
Superman looks like he's got some jaundice going there. The best Youngbloods cover last week was Scotty Young's. I disagree. I think Daniel Warren Johnson's was the best, but then we got this Black Cat Adam Hughes cover. I don't know what the fuck Adam Hughes did, but it looks like she's about to spray. It looks like she's bending over to spray.
I think he watches the same.
Look out, she's in heat.
He watches the same titty flash videos that Tyson does.
Like, I just like how basic ass the fucking body is. Like, he didn't even draw it, and then the head's like the face is super detailed.
Lots of hair hanging down. I feel like that's a liability when you're going through the laser maze.
A little bit, especially when the laser's like going right across your butthole. If you fart, it's game over. I feel like even just the heat from her hind part would fucking send those lasers crazy.
Yeah.
But fucking poor Black Cat. Then another super zoomed up chest shot if you wanted it. Infernal Hulk number 1, Nick Klein promo variant.
Envisions Hulk as a land
flowing river of rage.
A land feature.
What's up, GT?
He's the Drizzler.
Just not a great cover.
Hope. I
Then
would
we
not
have
buy that.
Stops Volume 3. Ahmad Rafat cover.
It looks like your boy is in this cover.
Oh, he is.
Yep.
His book, but just the art is just fucking terrible.
Looks like someone's poking him in the butthole.
Yeah, if you ever watch the Clerks movie, I don't remember Rick Darris, a fucking beaver. But just not a great cover. And Rafat's covers and art in this book are usually really good. This, not so much. Then we get into our best covers of the week. We have this Absolute Batman 14, this Derek Chu variant. If you're a Derek Chu fan, you're going to be eating good this week because he's got a lot of variant covers out this week. I really like this Absolute Harley Quinn take he's doing here. Really good.
That's a new haircut for her.
Yeah, the buzz cut.
Oversized sweatshirt.
Yeah. Baggy.
She looks like the what shoe am I thinking of? That's what it is. Human version of a Vans sneaker.
Yeah, with the checkered pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Nunchucks are a very impractical weapon. Should probably be better.
Tell that to Michelangelo.
Should probably be better off with just a regular stick.
Then we got Absolute Wonder Woman number 14, this cover B Derek Chu variant.
Wow.
Wonder Woman looking very strong, seductive, and sexy.
Right,
wielding that massive Buster sword.
Bust or sword.
That's exactly what Ed's doing when he looks at this cover, busting.
Busting makes
That
me
is
feel good.
Ed, that is the ultimate or absolute Harley Quinn. Yeah, it even says Harley Quinn right here in the little banners.
He's not picking up on the context clues.
It's amazing that he gets laid every Saturday night when he watches this show and he doesn't pick up on context clues. Then we got this cover D Kyung Amon variant for Superman 32.
Is this like a Doomsday?
I don't know who this is. I'm not reading this book, so I don't know. I think it's a badass cover.
It's got kind of a Doomsday vibe with like the scales.
Anybody in the chat reading this book? Anybody in the chat? Tyson says this cover's sweet. Do you know who this character is, Tyson?
Is that Ozzy's daughter?
It could be. No, Kelly looks a little bit more like her mom than Ozzy. Good attempt, Cardi. Come on, Tyson. I know you got this.
Well, anyway.
It doesn't even tell me who the fuck it is in the solicitation. Tyson says, I don't read Superman. All right, moving on. Then we have this cover K125 Ariel Colon variant on DCKO number 2.
There's Doomsday.
That is Doomsday, yes.
Yeah.
As you got the heart there, Apocalypse heart. And Superman looking pretty fly for a white guy there in the front. Good Superman cover. Then we have this 150 Derek Chu. There's Derek Chu again, Black Cat variant. Much better than Adam Hughes. Kind of like even like the spotlight up there looks like a cat above her. And then we have this cover C Raza variant for Harley Quinn 56. Hey, that's a really cool cover. Looks like Harley's been through some shit. This woman over here looking real judgy. You got Sam over here sitting next to her on the subway. Looks just like you, Sam.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
been definitely doing the push-ups. Same push-up routine. Her pizza is kind of upside down.
And falling out of her in the pizza box.
Yep.
Good rods to cover. Then we have Battle World number 3, this Philip Tan Virgin variant of
Jeez.
Venom masquerading as Spider-Man.
Interesting.
Then we get this 125 Ryan Sook black and white dull UV variant for the Invisible Man issue 4.
Ooh.
What does that mean, dull UV variant?
No idea.
Ultraviolet variant.
Yeah, I know, but
Thanks.
what does that mean?
You need to wear
It
SPF. You need to wear
must be a
SPF
foil.
30 to read this book.
Must be a kind of foil.
Sticks hitting me with the Captain Obvious.
Oh, it must be a foil of some kind.
Yeah, like if you hit it with a black light, is it going to show
All the stains, every
the
single
stains.
stain.
Is it going to light up like a Jackson Pollock?
Absolutely.
Sure.
You're gonna see right where Styx decided to rest his knob on it as he was walking through the house naked. But I like the detail on the body of like the lab and his bandages unraveling and stuff. I think it's a really well done cover. Then we get this cover D, Greg Capullo wraparound variant for I Saw Santa, a holiday kind of adaptation to the Spawn universe. With the Northern Lights in the background there. Looking a little bit more Krampusy than Santa-y. But I like that cover. And that's it for Best and Worst covers of the week. Now we're rolling into the first appearances this week, which we only had 2, which came to us from Radioactive Spider-Man number 2. We saw the first appearance of Miles Morales as Spin. Spin is who he plays in the Disney Junior Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Gwen Stacy is Ghost Spider and Miles Morales is Spin. So we finally get him referred to as Spin in this book. So there's that. And then we have Spawn the Dark Ages. We got our first appearance of Devil Spawn. Looking pretty cool there. And as far as their first appearances next week, which again is the day before Thanksgiving, you get Boba Fett, black, white, and red. You get the first appearance of Jaws Par, a bounty hunter. I fucked that up, I'm sure.
I think it's Dayhouse Pure.
Or Dayhouse Pure, there you go. A bounty hunter. Oh, okay. There you go. Shadow Lass. There you go, Sam. Now you know. And then you got Detective Comics 1103. You got the possible first full appearance of Lion, Gotham's newest villain.
Possible, huh?
Possible. And then we also got it cut off the Batman book on this one. This is Batman Green Arrow and the Question Arcadia number 1. It's the first appearance of a billionaire climate visionary who partners with Wayne Enterprises to create an ocean sailing city climate hardened against weather extremes being constructed off the coast of Greenland. Fucking mouthful there. That's what she said. And that brings us into my comic book picks of the week for this week. It's kind of a less than stellar week for me this week. Of course, you got to go with Batman Deadpool, DC's installment into this Deadpool Batman crossover. The Dark Knight and the Merc with the Mouth team up for an adventure so mind-bending you'll think you're in a dream. Brought to you by legendary creators Grant Morrison, Dan Mora, and be sure not to miss these incredible extra stories in there. You basically got Deadpool. They kind of make a reference and joke to the whole like Rob Liefeld can't draw feet thing, They take shots at Liefeld, multiple shots at Liefeld, actually, because then they also make reference to the Batman asks Deadpool if he's ever heard of Slade Wilson, Deathstroke. So they kind of make the double play off of the whole Deadpool's a ripoff of Deathstroke and the fact that Rob Liefeld can't draw feet.
You know, this is the first time I think I've seen Deadpool with decent feet.
Oh yeah, because Rob Liefeld's not drawing him, so
He didn't draw him.
he calls him his. I think he calls him his like titanium indestructible boots. Then we get Casey Jones #2. I've really enjoyed this Casey Jones spinoff. Before Casey Jones meets his brand new enemy, Ludwig, he'll have to do battle with his best friend Raphael first. Casey is investigating the rumor of a phony mutagen hitting the streets and seeking out whoever is going after mutants in the streets, knowing in his gut they are connected, but he's soon stopped by Raphael, who thinks Casey is pushing himself too hard and not listening to his better instincts. Casey and Raph fight for their feelings before being stopped by Ludwig, who wants to battle them both. Spinning out of Jason Aaron's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles run, it's been pretty good as Casey Jones just recovered for being in a coma, and now he's out here doing battle again. And Raphael is trying to intervene. Then we have Exquisite Corpses. This has been a really good book. I described this book as The Purge, kind of in comic book form. That's what it really reminds me of. You've got this town that gets shut down by all these millionaires, and they offer up these killers that go through as like a competition, and the last killer standing wins. It's been a pretty fun book, although the last couple issue 1 was really good, and then it's been kind of on a downswing, but issue 7 was really good and brought it back up. So I've really enjoyed Exquisite Corpses as well. Every Halloween, all the teenagers in Oak Valley throw a party out at the pit tonight as the keg is tapped and the bands kick off. Their set, survivors and killers alike, make their way towards the festivities, ready to light the fuse on the most explosive rager the town has ever seen. So let me know in the comment section below if you're reading Exquisite Corpses and if you're enjoying it or not. And that's it for my comic book picks of this week. Now we're going to get into which song did Sam rap better. And Sam, what songs did you offer up for us this week?
The first one is, can you click here? It's Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony. And then the other one, what was it? Oh, yeah. It's Regulators.
From one of my favorite basketball movies, Above the Rim, starring Tupac Shakur.
There you go. I'm about to ruin it. So.
Who says you don't learn things on this channel?
About to ruin it. Way to sell it.
Hey, at least he's honest. Listen, I'm about to fuck your day up right here.
You're not gonna enjoy this. All right,
Regulators, mount up. I don't feel like you can mess up Crossroads. Please tell me. Last week you said you've never heard any of the songs. Please tell me you've heard these songs.
Okay. Don't come down on me, okay? Look, I have heard this. I have heard parts of this song. The parts where it's like, "Evidently hippopotamus," and you don't know what he's saying, okay? That's what I've heard. All right.
Oh boy.
So this does not even look like the lyrics from the song that I was like. There's like a song at the beginning, right? Like a gospel song at the beginning, and then he goes, "Boom, boom, 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 boom." And Wally, even though you're gone, you still got love from boom, 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 boom. Man, just rest your soul, and we'll see you at the crossroad. And Wally, even though you're gone, we still love you from bone. Just rest your soul, and we'll see you at the crossroad. Let's go down the verse. I'll never get over what some Nick told me. Hey, did you know Wally got pop and put in a coffin? No, why might took a fall. So I might try to swing them dubs in the war, so we lost him. But damn, why'd you have to kill him? I never did think it'd be one of my truths to get caught up in the red rum. I sit and pray every day. God, don't let me get smoked. Oh no, ain't scared to go, but I still got a lot to live for. So did my fella, he gone, and all that he left are his memories. But when I die, you're gonna see me. 1, 2, 3, Wally, rest in peace. I'm sorry. The look on your face is telling me I got this 100% wrong. So I'm so sorry, everybody.
No, he didn't. I said I just asked him that. He admits he's never heard this song.
I've never heard these songs. Yeah, I'm sorry. All I know is you got a hippopotamus and some, this kind of meme. I've got meme knowledge of this song. All right, I'm not gonna go any further. This is too many N-words. Like, it's the minefield.
Yeah, we'll just end that right there. Now I get to Warren G regulators.
All right, so this is the one with the whistles, right?
Maybe you should read
Not
these
even.
first.
Not even close.
There you go. Regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. But you can't be any geek off the street. You got to be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep. Regulators, mount up. It was a clear black night and a clear white moon. Warren G was on the streets trying to consume some skirts for the East so I can give him some phones. Rolling in my ride, chilling all alone. Just hit the east side of the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Seen a car full of girls, ain't no need to tweak. All you skirts know what's up with the 213. So I hooks a left on 21 and Lewis. Some brothers shooting dice said, let's do this. I jumped out the ride, said, hey, what up? Some brothers pulled up some gats and said, I'm stuck. Since these girls peeping me, I'm gonna glide and swerve. These hookers looking so hot, they straight hit the curb. On to bigger, better things than some horny tricks. I seen my homie and some suckers all in his mix. I'm getting jacked, I'm breaking myself. I can't believe they talking Warrens. I can't believe they taking all Warren's wealth. They took my rings, they took my Rolex. I looked at the brother, said, damn, what's next? They got my homie hemmed up on they all around. Can't none of them see if they going straight pound for pound. They want to cut them up real quick before they start to clown. I pull up my strap, lay the busters down. They got the guns to my head. I think I'm going down. I can't believe it's happening in my own town. If I had wings, I would fly. Let me contemplate. If I glanced in the cut to see my homie Nate. 16 in the clip and 1 in the hole. Nate Dogg is about to make some bodies turn cold. All right. Let's do the whistle. I can't even get a laugh. Yeah, there you go. Let's get to the last verse. Just like I thought, they were in the same spot, in need of some desperate help.
In need of some desperate help. But Nate
Dogg and the G-Child were in need of something else. One of them dames was sexy as hell. I said, ooh, I like your size. There you go. What's the last verse? Let's get to the last verse. Okay, there it is. If you know like I know, you don't want to step to this. In the G-Funk era, funked out with a gangster twist. If you smoke like I smoke, then you're high like every day. And if your ass is a buster, 213 will regulate.
That was an experience, a Thanksgiving experience for all of you people. All right. Good job, Sam, as always.
Yes.
Now we get into the get off my totally cool qualified Saturday dark side lawn, or as we call it, the Who Said It game. And Sam and I are gonna have to retire the American Idol Sam image.
You guys, I can't rap. I cannot rap. I can sing, but I can't rap. I'll have to record my performances at church so you guys can see. I'm doing a bunch of performances at Christmas time.
Yep.
I will show you what I can do.
He's going.
Don't do these songs at church.
No, I don't do these songs.
No,
at
please do these songs at church.
church. They don't let me say the N word at church.
Ooh, I like your style. All right. Who said you can get a subscription to Bruce's Glory Hole Days?
You can get a subscription to Bruce's Glory Hole Days.
Yes.
I feel like this is probably Jedi. I'm gonna say Jedi.
You think Jedi?
I'll say Dom.
88 Playmaker said, do they do Slayer at church?
Oh man, that would be pretty cool, actually. But no, not at my church.
Sticks thinks it's dumb. Sam thinks it's Jedi. What say you, chat? Who said you can get a subscription to Bruce's Glory Hole Days?
It was David Nakayama.
It probably was David Nakayama. All right. Who said it?
He passed the goal, the donation. I want to see the donation pass so we can say it's passed.
I'm trying to look at it right now to see what's.
See, I just lost an auction for Blowjob Magazine or Blowjob Comic.
Well, because of Dom.
Oh,
Hey, that
because
QR,
of Dom.
the
It's all
QR
your
code's
fault,
not working
Dom.
for me.
Don't worry.
Not working
You
for
can
me.
get a subscription to Bruce's Glory Hole Days. There you go.
As always, you can catch the CBSI Hot 10 with Pete.
It was Dom.
Good job, Sticks. You were there. Why would there ever be any doubt? Sticks was there.
Dirty,
Sticks
dastardly
was
Dom.
on the scene.
Who said, look, man, I don't got a small one, so I don't have small dick energy.
That's Marco. That's gotta be Marco.
Definitely Marco.
You guys think it was Marco?
Look, man, I don't got a small one, so I don't have small dick energy, okay? Okay.
That's a pretty good Marco impression. Who said, look, man, I don't got a small one, so I don't have small dick energy?
He's a name. He's a big name in Star Wars. Like, give him the flowers, dude. Anyways.
He put Clone Wars on the map into a Clone Wars animated series that it changed later on. But he introduced the Clone Wars in
Yeah,
some kind of a
and
form.
sure,
The Phantom Menace did that, but
But it doesn't take shine. But it doesn't. No, in animation. But it doesn't take shine off of Dave. I think Dave's worried that if Gendy gets some pub, it might take. Look, man, I don't got a small one, so I don't have small dick energy. That just sounds like some small dick energy shit. That's what this sounds like.
It was Macho Man Marco himself.
I don't have a small one, so I don't know. I don't have small dick energy.
This picture says otherwise, buddy.
Methinks thou protestest too much.
Who said, Ed, we're stopping at 11:30 because Marco has to arrange the Coke and hookers for tomorrow?
Well, it wasn't Ed, and it wasn't Marco. What show stops at 11:30? The tack show?
Could have been Tack.
Pete? I
Could
think
have been Tack.
It was Pete.
Pete.
I'll say Bruce.
Stick says Bruce. All right. Who said, Ed, we're stopping at 11:30 because Marco has to arrange the Coke and hookers for tomorrow?
The discount is overpriced crap.
And Ed, we're stopping at 11:30 because Marco has to arrange the Coke and hookers for tomorrow.
Yes.
At,
I gotta sleep enough that drinking that early in the morning isn't gonna affect me.
It was
Hey,
the
Sticks.
Kingdom of Nerds himself.
Sticks batting 1,000 tonight.
I think Sticks done cheated.
Oh, you think he's looking?
Who said spit is not an acceptable lube? We're not in prison.
Oh man, it's got to be Joe. It's got to be Joe.
I'm gonna agree. It's Joe.
Joe. Who said, damn, spit is not acceptable lube? We're not in prison.
That is fantastic. For 50
Hey, lube?
cents, it gave you some lube. Spit is not acceptable lube. We're not in prison.
Hey, shit, man. They might have the old Spanish fly.
I don't know.
It was
Man,
Joe.
We're good tonight. We're doing pretty good.
It was old Joe. Who said Sticks has built a YouTube career in quiet contemplation?
Snap. Was that Matthew?
I think it was you,
Matthew.
Sam.
I would say Matthew.
I'm gonna say it was you. I'm pretty sure that was you.
Who said Styx has built a YouTube career in quiet contemplation?
The problem is Styx only says about that many words in the show. So it's like,
Right?
is he gonna put all those together before his internet crashes? I don't know. Yeah, it's Styx. It's
Styx has built a
Styx.
YouTube career in quiet contemplation.
Come on the show and watch Styx think about things.
It was me.
Oh man.
Poor Styx. Who said definitely looks like it was drawn by a dyke?
Oh man, that has all of the finesse of like a Dom or a Marco. But they've already been highlighted here, so I'm gonna say Jedi.
Sticks and stones. Who do you think this was, Sticks, while you're trapped in the matrix that is your internet? Oh, I'm gonna say it was.
I'm gonna say it was me. I'm gonna say it was me, Sticks. I'm the one.
Invigorating insight as always, Sticks. I can't understand how someone as brilliant as you has made it this far in life, Sticks. Who said definitely looks like it was drawn by a dyke? Who said it, Sticks? A cave.
Looks like
painting.
Is that Shallow Hal?
looks like it was
Shallow ball, yeah. Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal.
It doesn't look too bad.
The lack of detail in that cover.
Definitely looks like it was drawn by a dyke.
Whoa.
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 Jeez.
That came from Sticks. Whoa.
Jeez, Sticks.
It was
It was Sticks. It was me, Sticks. I did it.
It was Sticks. Sticks was on a roll and he just decided to disappear.
Sticks coming out
Those
of
mozzarella sticks must have been coming back for vengeance and he's got to go and take care of it.
He forgot he was lactose intolerant.
Who said you just can't keep serving up your gonads to everybody?
I think that was me.
Think that was you?
I think saying serving up your gonads is something that I've said.
Who said you can't keep serving up your gonads to
Boy,
everyone?
you have to take responsibility for yourself, man. You can't just keep serving up your gonads to everybody. You gotta protect them, you know? There's some leagues where they say that
Serving up your gonads.
It was you.
Yeah, it was in the context of a kid who got hit in the gonads 7 times.
Who said winners go home and fuck the prom queen?
That seems like it was a movie quote. That feels like it was that was like the Bad News Bears or something, but who would have quoted that?
Oh, it looks like Styx has returned.
Styx, who did this one?
Yeah, my I was muted that whole time.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know.
We know you weren't just sitting there in quiet contemplation.
I'll say Ed. Or not Ed. Joe.
Joe again?
Joe?
Yeah, I'll say Joe.
You're gonna say Joe again. I'm gonna say Jedi.
Jedi. Who said winners go home and fuck the prom queen?
No, what's the one that had the guy from Red October in it?
Sean Connery, The Rock.
The Rock.
Is that
Alcatraz.
what-
The Rock. They
Nicolas
pulled
Cage.
this from the headlines of trying to reopen Alcatraz.
Your best. Losers
Rocket
always
Trains.
whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
So this
It was
This
Mr. Peter Renna himself
Pete quoting The Rock. Welcome to The Rock.
by Mickerson Kyle. All right. And that's it. That's the time. Now it's time for the last segment of our show. The segment that sends everybody running from the hills that says, I don't want to talk about dudes and hot chicks. I just want to talk about comics. It's time for Missed Connections. Lead us off here, Sam.
Deer Park, males wanted. Short Italian. That's like a German accent. Let's see. Short Italian man, mid-20s. Recently broke up with my longtime boyfriend. Looking for a hairy hunk to take my mind off it. Text me. Phone number. Text me your hardware.
We should text that number. Just send him a picture of sticks in quiet contemplation. That's his hardware. Little cakes matter, Brooklyn. I don't care if she has a smaller flat booty. I'm still eating it.
Now I understand the context of the title.
What the hell?
You're up, Sticks.
Oh my god. You had me at fart. Financial district.
I think
Yesterday
it's you
was-
heard me fart.
All right, let it go. Let it ride.
Yesterday was the most embarrassing day of my life. I'm so embarrassed. I had no idea that we were at your desk when I unleashed a fatal Taco Bell fart that I was holding back all morning. I just couldn't keep that dirty old man in my stomach any longer. To make matters worse, I yelled out, "La cucaracha." When I passed your cubicle and saw you sitting there, I died 1,000 deaths, but you kept reading. How considerate. I've always thought that you have the most beautiful eyes that I've ever seen, and I often dream of asking you out to dinner and holding your hand. Never happened now. Why would you date a Frankenstein like me? A laughing hyena that thinks everything is a joke. I came by your desk today, but they said you called out. I hope you are well.
Just sending out, it's like a message in a bottle. Just sending it out, hoping that he. You think this is to a man or to a woman?
I think it's to a woman.
Yeah, sending it out, hoping that she sees. A message in a bottle. Plátanos, Little Neck, New York. Busco planos con mucha leche. Soy masculino. I looked up the translation. Plátanos. Okay, for those who are not aware, what he's saying is, I'm looking for bananas with a lot of milk. I'm masculine. And well, planos is like the plains. I'm looking for the plains with a lot of milk. And then he's like, oh, I looked up the translation. What I meant was plátanos, which is bananas. So I'm looking for bananas with a lot of milk. In other words, boners.
Okay.
I looked up the translation. Plátanos. Frogs and rats. Bushwick. Tonight at left-hand path, I stepped aside to let you pass on the stairs, and you stopped and told me I looked like your cousin. We exchanged a few words, and you pointed out my large teeth. Then you began to tell me about your theory that all people either resemble frogs or rats, and that frog people have big features, pointing out my big teeth and wide nose. I'm a frog too, you said with a smile, because of my big nose and big mouth. You were extremely beautiful, and I was so disarmed that I forgot to ask you for your name before we parted. I went upstairs and spoke about you with my friends, and a few minutes later, when I came back inside to look for you, you had vanished. The odds of this reaching you are slim than a cigarette I smoked while thinking of you. But if it does, tell me what country your cousin is from, and I'd love to discuss your theory about frogs and rats further.
That's so weird. It's such a weird thing. But hey, they connected.
They did. And that's it. That is our last misconnection. That is the end of our show. Sorry for the delay, everyone. Sorry that Pete decided to put an episode up when we were live. So you didn't get brought to us right away. But we appreciate you all for hanging out. As always, we appreciate Tyson, 88 Playmaker, Buffy, Ed, GT, Cardi, Hartman, TK, BK, all the Ks for stopping by and hanging out with us on this glorious Saturday night. I hope you all have an amazing Thanksgiving this coming week. If you celebrate, if you're in the States, have a great Thanksgiving. Don't get too crazy on Black Friday. And of course, I don't know what the schedule on Renovision is going to look like this week. I'm assuming there'll be Attack on Wednesday. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know if you guys are doing a show for Friday Unqualified there, Sticks?
I haven't heard yet.
All right. Well, just keep your eyes.
I think we had planned, but I haven't heard if anything's changed.
Just make sure to hit that notification bell so you know whenever there's a show on the channel. But, you can catch the boys on the Star Wars show tomorrow night. You can catch Sticks on his channel every Tuesday night doing Doctor Who Rewind. Catch all of P's shorts throughout the week. You can catch us over talking wrestling on my channel. And, of course, you got the CBSI Hot 10 list on Fridays, which leads you right back here to a brand new episode of Saturday Night Special. On that note, Sam, take us out with some words of wisdom.
If you're going to be thick, be thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
Wiser words were never said. Have a great Thanksgiving, guys, and we'll see you all right back here next Saturday night with more hijinks on Saturday Night Special.
Either you've got me confused with somebody else, or this is a joke.